Kuia me te Kuri, Kuia and the dog. Long, long ago there was a large Māori settlement on the lower slopes of Mauao. All over Mauao people had whare, gardens, drinking, washing and cleaning stations, and places to dispose of their rubbish. The many shell middens and terraces can still be seen on Mauao today. It was an ideal place to live. It could be defended from attack. There was water in the spring on the south side, and there was plenty of kaimoana to be caught in the sea and among the rocks and sandy shores around. The heights of Mauao provided a view all around the district, and it was possible to see from afar any approaching visitors or war parties. One day an old lady, Kuia, climbed up to the lookout place high on Mauao. She sat down in a sheltered corner of the rocks and gazed out to sea, across Matakana and towards Mauao. The sun warmed her old bones. She thought about when she was a young girl growing up in her homeland of Hawaii. The Kuia had many fond memories of Hawaii and missed it dearly. She drifted off into her dreams. Her little dog, which always followed her wherever she went, lay down nearby and dozed too. It was not until a cool breeze of the late afternoon chilled her body that she woke. She realized it was getting late. The sun was low in the western sky. She must get down before sunset, back to her whare before darkness overtook Mauao. Kuia took one last look around the glistening ocean and the islands and mountain ranges towards Mauao, and then out to sea towards Tuhua. She looked again out to sea, where something caught her eye. There appeared something far out from where she knew there was no island or rocky reefs. She saw some black shapes and suddenly realized what they were: a group of canoes. Perhaps they were enemy canoes waiting just below the horizon until darkness fell, when they would swiftly come ashore and attack the pa. She looked again, and she was certain they were canoes. She felt just as certain that they were a war party. Kuia moved to the edge of the cliff and shouted down to the houses in the pa below, "He taua, he taua, a war party!" She called as loudly as she could, but no one heard. She cupped her hands to her mouth and shouted again, "He taua, he taua!" Still no one heard. She started to run down the steep, rough track. She was old and her legs would not move fast enough. Her little dog followed. She tripped and stumbled on the rocks on the track. She felt herself stumbling out of control. Her body rolled down the track and over the edge of a steep rock face into the sea. The little dog bounded after her and jumped into the sea. The Kuri tried to help the unconscious old lady out of the water, but the effort was too much and they both drowned. Their bodies lay there and the water lapped around them, and they became the rocks that still lie there today. The commotion was heard by the villagers in the pa below and had alerted them to the Wakataua war party canoes headed their way. The people of the village were grateful for the sacrifice that the Kuia had made. She had acted selflessly, and because of that, the villagers had been saved. Tangaroa also recognised sacrifice of the Kuia and her Kuri, and allowed those rocks to become their memorial stones. This is why the Kuia rock is the place where fishermen make their offerings to Tangaroa and ask for protection and a successful voyage.